Hey everyone, welcome back to Miniature Painting 101, a series of videos where I teach you all about painting miniatures from start to finish. As asked for by you ask, I make, all is good. And this is part 84. Fur, once again, but this is going to be Skaven fur, how to paint a dark, rich brown fur on Skaven models. So today we'll be using the Skaven clan rat. He is mostly fur and exposed skin, I guess, but yeah, we'll be using standard 3 colors of once again. So for the 3 colors we'll be using is rhinox hide for the base coat, and then we're using grex earth shade as the wash, and a combination of scrag brown and rhinox hide for highlights. That way we get some nice texture and tones on the model, just as we do with hair. So we'll start off with base coating the entire model with rhinox hide, which is a dark, cold brown. It is very dark. You can see it's almost like a magenta. It's very dark and purpley brown. But it's great. It's going to give us the foundation for the fur that we want. And we're going to go very dark. Now, technically the wash and the first round of highlights is optional. Because rhinox brown is very dark, that if you are batch painting and you really don't want to do the shade, you don't have to. The shade will have a result, but it's very minimal on such a dark color. But I tend to use the shade and then build up highlights, just to get a lot of texture to the fur. But as I said, if you're painting a lot of models and you want to skip a step, feel free to skip the grex earth shade, since it is a very dark base color we will be going with. Obviously, the lighter the color, the more affected it is by the shade. So as you can see here, now it's all nice and dry. It's a very dark brown, but we're still going to apply an grex earth shade over this because it will, as I said, affect it slightly. So next we're going to take our grex earth shade directly from the pot, because we don't want to dilute it at all, and we're going to apply it over the surface of the fur. That way it'll darken it a bit, and again, those recesses bring out some of the texture in the fur in the recesses. Then we're going to build up some highlights back up so it has a nice furry texture to it. And in the end, we're going to build a lot of colors over this brown, so it'll be a much lighter color in the end, but it'll have a lot of texture to it. And of course, whenever highlighting up the fur, you must take into consideration the zenithal approach. So with each step, we'll be highlighting up more towards what's visible. So the first step first thing I'm going to do is take the rhinox hide and just dry brush over the areas that are exposed to the light source, basically. So everyone that's not really well hidden, I'm going to dry brush up with rhinox hide. That way it has a bit of more texture to it, and there's not that crazy of a difference between the recesses and the first highlight color. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some scrag brown to the mix. So now it's a 1-to-1 mix of scrag brown and rhinox hide. And I'm going to repeat this process, once again focusing more upwards and to more exposed areas with each step. So now I'm focusing on the tops of the arms, tops of the legs, the area between the legs, and anywhere hidden by the shield I'm going to ignore now. And I'm just going to build up gradual highlights of colors. As you can see, I'm just doing a nice light dry brushing against the grain, of course, or perpendicular to the grain, and just building up some gradual textures in the fur in a very realistic rat color, dark, really cold brown. Makes sense. And then finally, we're going to do the same thing with just scrag brown, focusing on the areas that my light source is hitting, so the very upward parts of each part. So his arms, just the outward facing areas of his arms and his legs, and the top of his neck, we're going to focus on with the scrag brown. And once again, a very, very light dry brushing of this. As you can see, it's a very light dry brushing, but it'll really pick up since it's a bit. I tried to create a nice gradual increase in tones, but this scrag brown will really look nice when just building up. As you can see, it's really picking up on the model. And I'm trying to do a relatively light dry brush, but it came off a little heavy. But either way, it'll build up the textures on the fur and will really look good and bring out really the tones, the textures that we want in this Skaven clan rat. As you can see, I'm just focusing on the areas that are really facing outwards that you can see. And it will dry a little bit darker as well, more blended in. So there we go. So now it's nice and dry, and we have some nice texture to the fur. and you can clearly see some nice texture, and the arms and the body, it's very well divided, and you can clearly see the detail on it. And that's what we want to do when painting Skaven fur. So start dark and build our way lighter and lighter using the three colors. So thank you as always for watching this episode of Miniature Painting 101. I really hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for part 85, which is just around the corner next week as always. But if you don't want to wait for next week, check out The Warp. Click on the link below for a free 14-day trial to my premium YouTube channel, where not only will you get to see the next 6 months worth of Miniature Painting 101 episodes before anyone else, you'll get to see over 70 start to finish painting tutorials, battle reports, face-off episodes, an Airbrush 101 series, just some awesome wargaming content that you're gonna love. So go ahead and check out The Warp. I know you'll love it, and you'll be happy. So thank you as always for watching. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting everyone.